Oh man, I'm gonna make so much money off of this. I, Sean Q Ferdalowski, am placing a short position that my opponent, Antoine Leroy, in the presidential election, his chances are gonna plummet. I just know they are. I'm placing all of my money on this short position. We're gonna be rich. Let's see what's on TV. Hi, this is Roger Reynolds here with the Profit News Channel. Here I'm with presidential election candidate Antoine Leroy, who decided to come over to the puppy shelter and give out hugs and kisses to all the lost puppies. Antoine, how are you feeling about this?
Honestly, I just feel amazing. I'm really happy to be here with the dogs. I placed a big lawn position on my election chances recently, and I think this is really going to help me win that position and win the election.
Wow, just incredible stuff here, out here helping out the community. Antoine Leroy, wow. I mean, your percentage to win the election is just going up by the thousands, every second that we stand here. So, Antoine Leroy is slowly but surely becoming your election favorite. Antoine, how does that feel?
I mean, I'm really happy about it. I'm really just happy this is working out for me, and happy that these dogs are helping me win this election. So, yeah, I'm honored.
Yeah, Roger Reynolds here with the Profit News Channel. We're out.
Yes.
Are you serious right now, bro? Oh, no, Antoine, you could not have done this! Oh my gosh, all my money, it's going away by the second. I'm losing millions every single millisecond. Oh my gosh, why did I even put in this short position? I'm losing it all, and I'm going to lose the election. What even is a short position? Who are you?
A short position is when you borrow an asset from a lender, sell it immediately, and then repurchase the asset at a lower price and return it back to the lender, meaning you profit from the decrease in price. Or essentially, you're placing a bet that the price will drop. On the other hand, a long position, which is what Antoine Leroy out there placed, is essentially a bet that the price will increase, and thus you'll profit from capital appreciation. So although shorting can be a very effective and profitable strategy, there are some major risks that we need to look into before you start shorting stock. The first one is that there are finite profits but infinite losses. So when you're in a long position, you're betting that the price will go up. And the price can increase infinitely, but the price can only go down to zero, meaning that the losses are finite, but the profits are infinite. When you're holding a short position, however, you're betting that the price will go down. So if the price increases infinitely, the losses are also infinite. But if the price goes down to zero, the profits are only finite. And along with that, there are options premiums that you need to pay, which are basically just fees to the lender of the asset. So you can still be right, and you can make a good short trade, but it won't be enough to cover the options premium, which means you'll still lose on that trade.
The next risk is timing. Timing is crucial when you're shorting because eventually you must cover your position, which means giving the stock back to the person who lent it to you, and this could happen before the stock becomes profitable. And there's also interest for long-term shorting. So if you enter a short too early and you have to wait a long time for it to become profitable, it could become profitable, but it may not be profitable in the end because those interest payments will stack up over time, accumulating more and more money, which could take away from the actual profit you gain from the stock.
And lastly, one big risk is short squeezes. So what a short squeeze is basically when a lot of investors are holding short positions, but then there's a big jump in price. And that causes a lot of the investors holding the short positions to start buying back the stock and covering the losses. So when this happens, this causes the price to keep going up because people keep buying the stock. And that means if you don't cover your position quickly enough, you can lose a lot of money.
Yeah, so overall, shorting is a very effective strategy, but you do have to take these risks into account very seriously. So a couple tips on shorting. First one, you're going to want to never trade against the trend. So if you're putting in a long position, you always want to go with an uptrend, obviously. If you're putting in a short position, you're always going to go with the downtrend and use some technical indicators to confirm that these stocks are in a clear up or downtrend.
Also, something you want to make sure you do is you want to use these primarily for short-term profits, but not long-term profits. Because as we talked about just a second ago, there are interest payments that can eat away heavily at your profits in the long term. There are very few instances where long-term shorts happen to work. Like, for example, Michael Burry in 2007 when he shorted the housing market and made a ton of money off of that investment. So that was a long-term short, and it made him a lot of profit, but those instances rarely pop up, and even the most experienced investors usually don't find them.
Yeah, and you're also going to just want to practice some risk management techniques. We went over a lot of these in the day trading series, such as stop losses and targets so that you won't lose a ton and you won't kind of wait to sell your stock. Except the only difference here when you're shorting is that your stop loss is actually going to be above the price that you purchased the stock at, and the target's going to be below that price.
So the first thing we went over in this video are some major risks with placing short positions, which includes things like how the profits are finite but the losses are infinite, how also important timing can be in placing short positions, and lastly, the risk of short squeezes.
We also went over some tips like always trading with the trend, practicing certain risk mitigation techniques, and only using shorting for short-term profits. Thank you, everyone.